Hey everybody, clearing. All right, we are going to dive into an alignment reading for the masculines and feminines. This is going to be based on the chakra levels, but I'm really going to look at where are we meeting in the middle? What are the parallels? What is the mirroring? What are the common energies, and how are the feminines and masculines perceiving them, navigating them? So let's get into it. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through for the amazing collective that joins me here. What are the practical and emotional points of connection for the masculines and feminines at this time? I was going to do feminines on the left, but I've just switched it to masculines. So masculines on the left show us how the masculines are navigating the energies, what they are aware of, how they're interpreting things, other possible thoughts, actions that we can see for the masculines. And for the feminines, what can we see? How are the feminines interpreting the energies that be? And what are their thoughts and actions at this time based on the energies that we see? Okay, so conscious, the energies that each of us are experiencing on the crown chakra. Ooh, bravery, uncharted territory. When I see this card in this deck, I think of holding a torch through a tunnel, lighting the way, nobody that we're following, we are the leader. There are all these other opinions or viewpoints, but we are standing alone, standing on our own 2 feet, going into uncharted territory, and kind of leaving certain considerations behind because they don't apply where we're going. So it's like an individuation energy and abundance. Okay, so it has to do with unlocking abundance and really aligning purpose with this path going forward. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So it's kind of uncharted territory. So maybe friends and family haven't applied themselves in the direction that the counterparts are growing and exploring or feeling like they're going to venture into. They don't know if it's going to unlock their abundance or not. I'm almost getting this is divinely guided, and it's going to be a big surprise as to how abundance actually comes in. It's like a reward for aligning, for following path. What can we see for the masculines regarding this? Ooh, Empress, there's the abundance card again, but this can be divine feminine. Take fertility, pregnancy as it resonates, but this is also a very abundant energy, and 6 of Pentacles. So, this could be that the masculines are not sure how to reciprocate financially. They could be venturing into a new career, new path, having to be brave right now because they're in between the pentacles. They're not earning what they will once they align with their higher purpose. So they're considering what they have to offer at this point. For some, it's healing their own inner child and thinking about providing for other children, existing or future. That can be passion projects and collaboration with the feminine as well here. How are the DFs experiencing this? Knight of Swords and Emperor and 4 of Cups. Okay, so feminines are realizing that with or without the Emperor, isn't that interesting? We have the Empress and the Emperor for each other here. So I really feel like they're going it alone. Like both counterparts are going it alone, thinking that they are having to forge the way through the dark tunnel, but really they're both doing this at the same time. So there's no communication about some of these steps being taken at this time. It feels like both are manifesting with the other in mind, that they are seeing divine guidance, giving instruction, and each counterpart is aware of certain potentials where it relates to their counterpart, but there's not communication about these things. So it's truly being channeled, divinely guided, and not necessarily of earthly communication. It feels, I mean, this is another way of looking at what alignment really is. When we're in alignment with our highest truth, we would be making steps in unison, even sight unseen here. And it is the guidance on the crown chakra. So it's higher guidance. What can we see for the intuition, the third eye, the hermit, and courage? I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. We got bravery on the crown chakra. So it feels as though we're getting some divine inspiration, some bravery. And we're being asked to not throw caution to the wind, but to take the time needed so that our intuition is satisfied. You know, we're not meant to just throw ourselves into things unaware or defenseless. And so this is a nudge to really take the time to tune into this higher guidance, and whatever you're facing, whatever decisions, whatever milestones, whatever future you're aligning with more heavily, more lightly at this time, really check in with your intuition, with higher guidance for that instruction. What can we see for the masculines? Humility and Five of Wands. So this feels like a lot of conflict going on. You might be really busy or have a lot of things vying for your energy. I feel there's a lot of decisions the masculines are needing to make here, and they might not get time for themselves in edgewise. It feels like there isn't a lot of time for meditation, and so it's more like rapid decision making on the fly, where you're really going to have to stay out of ego, masculines, and trust your intuition. The courage here, I heard liquid courage, but the courage here is to slow this down a bit and not get all riled up, not get all triggerable, and miss certain, I'm hearing specifically legal decisions or legal ramifications. Don't make hasty decisions right now, masculines. Really, if you're feeling like something doesn't feel quite right, it's definitely advisable here to buy yourself some time so that you can be clear-headed. But don't do it in a disrespectful way. Really learn to communicate what you need, so that it doesn't come off as you're being a jerk or just being, you know, arrogant or whatnot. This is a chance to breathe, masculines, in the face of any perceived pressure or a lot going on, and carve out that space to actually clear your mind and drop into your knowing, because it does feel like your intuition is being upgraded right now through real world scenarios. And so you're only as good as your weakest moments. And this is saying your capacity can expand to keep a level head and to make mature decisions in the face of intensity or many things on your plate at once. It's like, take heart, you've got this, but you do need to do your due diligence right now. What can we see for the feminines? The Moon and the Ten of Swords. All right, so I'm getting for the feminines, you might feel kind of helpless or at a distance right now and in the dark about what's going on for your masculine. I really do feel they've been pulled away and have had to consider some decisions that are time sensitive right now. and that it's demanding their focus and being uninterrupted. And so it's not abandoning you. This is a perfect opportunity to tap into your courage, feminines, and to go into meditation instead of filling in negative storylines. No news is good news. Just don't take it personally right now if your masculine is off the radar. It seems like, now Suka's gonna drink some water. It seems as though they've got, maybe even, you know, with her drinking water, it could have been a lot of emotions. That can be an omen that there's lots of emotions going on for the masculines, and this is their time to shine in the face of intensity. And so right now, don't add extra pressure energetically by being upset about any kind of distance at this time. Find that truth, that cosmic feminine, the mystery. Embrace the mystery right now, feminines. What can we see on the throat chakra? Yeah, telepathy and guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist my soul's growth. So if you're tuning into your counterpart, masculines, feminines, don't bring anything in there that's fabricating stories or going on overthinking or fearing the worst. Don't fill in the blanks with any non-productive or unloving storylines. I'm hearing there's a whole lot of love between each other, your counterparts loving you. Don't add a wobble of energy in here by speaking out or interpreting what you're experiencing at this time in a unfavorable light. If you don't have genuine proof of something, keep calm and carry on. How are the masculines being asked to look at this time? So we have the Ten of Swords, which the feminines just got, about overcoming the abandonment wound. Now the masculines have this judgment energy, and it is also a card of karma, seeing through agendas and patterns and codependencies. So whatever you're going through right now, masculines, with all of these decisions and lots of energies on your plate, this is your chance to really cut to the chase and to see things accurately and to not inflate or bring in drama to any of the decisions that need to be made. Don't be making any kind of judgment calls here with condemnation. Take a page from the High Priestess: mercy, humility, compassion. Try to see all sides of the coin, the considerations right now. I'm hearing specifically, masculines, that if people differ in opinion from what you think is right, don't take it personally. There's more wisdom to be had by dropping out of ego and really hearing what others are telling you at this time from their side of the energy. I feel like you're meant to slow down and consider that you might be coming out of a period of time where you have been reluctant to take advice, and that you're starting to see that in the past, if you had taken advice, it wasn't as contrary or non-beneficial as you thought it would have been in the past. So there is a humbling here for you, masculines. So this has to do with other people trying to get their point across, and you have been hesitant or reluctant or resistant in the past. And now is a really good time to have a round table discussion kind of energy where you're not seeing yourself at odds with other people, but that other people do have valid points. So masculines, you're incredibly intelligent, but you're learning how to be more diplomatic. I heard more tribal in your dealings, which means many fair opinions can go into the mix, but you are in leadership here with the things that you have direct authority to make and contribute decisions to at this time. But don't perpetuate things you'll regret after the fact. So that means keep your cool. Don't be ignorant, stay in your integrity, think things through if you feel triggered. This is your chance to really find the solutions. And if you listen to everybody's opinions involved right now, for whatever you're dealing with, you will be able to see the best case scenario illuminated for all involved masculines. It does feel like there are a lot of people contributing opinions. Some are fear-based, but you are in a position to translate everybody's wishes and views into something that can be a consensus or good for the group. So I'm getting family dynamics, rite of passage decisions, a lot of family members, particularly I'm feeling here for the masculines having to juggle a lot of extended family wishes and viewpoints. This can be friend groups, but I'm really getting this as family members with a lot to say about particular major decisions. Can be regarding elder family members, I'm hearing. And so, yeah, you have a chance to really step into that leadership in your families, masculines. And for the feminines here, what can we see? The Seven of Swords and the Hanged Man. So we just had the Moon and the Ten of Swords. We have another set of cards here that is really the feminines in their own lane. The Hanged One is when things seem to be at a standstill, and the Seven of Swords is like strategy, secrecy, a shroud of mystery again. So don't be filling in the blanks with any unsavory stories right now. Your masculines have a lot going on, and if you're picking up on anything from them, it's probably their sincere emotions regarding what they're navigating. And if you're picking up on any emotions that you're tempted to take personally that are like rejection emotions, like you're feeling your masculine is rejecting you or frustrated with you, I'm getting that it might be your masculine is navigating these things going on with their family or friend groups at this time, possibly colleagues for some, and they're really, you're feeling how your masculine is feeling when having to deal with these groups of people, but you're personalizing it as though it's your masculine feeling that way about you. So you're getting two things right. Your masculine's energy is in the mix and the emotions are accurate, but instead of making it something that is against you from your masculine, see it as it's your masculine feeling those emotions regarding what they're dealing with, and that it's difficult for you to interpret because you're not sure what's going on. But hopefully for some that are ready to learn the spiritual gifts of discernment and tuning in like that, that message was very helpful. Okay, what can we see on the heart space? Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being and keeping an open view of unlimited potential. I just posted something on Instagram that said, leave room in your heart for the unimaginable. That can go both ways, but here it's like, clear the slate and dare to dream. So on the heart space, it's time to completely let go of blame and projection. You don't have to engage in anything that's not honoring. You know, a lot of times we get into things premature, or we're immature, or we go on wishful thinking, and then it bites us and we should have known better, and then we blame the other person for not being XYZ, but we were the one that connected and engaged in that blindly or prematurely, and then when it came back around, we are saying it's the other one, but there are three fingers pointing back when we're pointing at the other one. So this journey is a journey of awakening where we take responsibility and we begin to slow down so that we don't have to enmesh into things where there's a superiority, inferiority thing. We are wiser going into things so that we're not taken advantage of. We don't manipulate. We're not at the mercy of things. If our spidey senses say that something isn't quite right or something is off, we're not meant to rush into it. We're meant to really trust our heart, stay open, but not put ourselves in harm's way. Your heart knows when something feels off. So this is saying stop putting yourself into those scenarios. Stop carpet sweeping your intuition. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Don't pin things on other people. Somewhere in there you do know better, and mastery is such that you absolutely know when your intuition is telling you what is a yes and what is a maybe not fully a yes or a hard no. How are the masculines dealing with this energy? Well, the Chariot and the Seven of Swords for the masculines. We just got that for the feminines as well. So there are things that the masculines are moving forward with. Some of them are these decisions that the masculines are making so that things are taken care of in regard to whatever these family, friends, work scenarios are, so they can move towards these unions and a different path. They are individuating from certain dynamics. They are transcending those dynamics and removing themselves so they are freed up to go in a new direction. They are not telling very many people this at all, if anyone. For those who are very tuned into these masculines, they might start to pick up on changes. For you feminines, you might anticipate what these changes would need to be because you know how you've been witnessing this connection unfolding. You probably know your masculine very well by now, and you know what would need to change in order for things to keep growing and evolving. So those kinds of changes are likely starting to happen. And others who maybe haven't been as aware might start to become surprised with some of the things that are going to roll out here in preparation for these masculines to change up their lives in some ways, in the physical. What are we seeing for the feminines? Yeah, the masculines are done with giving their power away, so they are making win-win decisions so that they can continue fostering their own well-being without having to blame others for keeping them small or holding them back, or that they are no longer blamed for being the reason that others are not going forward to their highest potential. They're not being blamed for others who are playing small or accusing the masculines of causing them to have to play small. The masculines are unhooking from those imbalances. What can we see for the feminines? 2 of Wands and 8 of Coins. So doing the inner work to step out of comfort zone. So yeah, this is kind of big, brave energy again. Feminines, no longer letting anything hold you back. It's an interesting mental limbo when we start to realize the excuses or the power we give certain things. I would da-da-da-da-da if only I didn't have da-da-da-da-da going on. I would such and such if it wasn't for such and such happening. So this is a cue here, feminines. If you have anything going on in your reality that is causing you to procrastinate, hold back, be cautious, it's time to really start focusing on mindset and shifting and your faith and belief. Step out of your comfort zone that you are trapped or resigned to be in a certain way right now. You have the keys, I'm hearing, feminines. Desire it, ask for it, pray for it, and watch it happen. Ask and it is given. So don't settle for being limited with what is possible here, feminines. And this is on the heart space. So really open your heart and believe, I'm hearing. What can we see on the solar plexus chakra? Surrender. I release my need to control. That is the chakra of the ego. And then the Ace of Swords. So neither counterpart knows the whole truth. about what's going on for each other right now, or in their own situations. Like the jury is out with a lot of swirling energies at this time. Surrender. So we're not meant to control anything. We're meant actually, I just heard it's by divine power, not ours. And so if you don't know all of the answers, you don't have the keys for solutions right now with karma or with certain burdensome situations or how this connection is going to come in, you're meant to surrender the need to know right now and rest. You don't have to figure it all out right now. You do have to feel into what is within your control, but where it comes to understanding what will happen next, right now, it's letting go of the feeling that it's outside of your control, that it's too big, that it's overwhelming, that it's not going to go well, that it's not working out. Any of those lower vibrational fears, dismissive statements, let all that go right now and just say yes to progress, yes to solutions, yes to breakthroughs, yes to forward movement, but no to having to effort to figure it out. In that alignment, things can be illuminated. What are the masculines dealing with? Yes. Okay. Instantaneously, we get this flow. So we get the well, which is a card that is above the world. This is now going with the flow, and wish fulfillment. So masculines, there's something about you helping guide, usher, solve for groups of people. So you're going through an initiation into some kind of leadership that does not pit you against others. This is flow master energy, which qualifies you to work with people on a larger spectrum. So whatever you're going through right now with decision making, keeping the peace, being diplomatic, canvassing many opinions and viewpoints, as you get out of your own way and really intend to bring through higher guidance and solutions, that channeling that we've seen emerging for the masculines this year, you're going to be bringing through that divine wisdom in flow, and it's going to free you up to get what you want to. So you're not going to have to save dessert for last. You're going to be, it's its own fulfillment. If you're in alignment, it's good for everyone around you, and it's good for you. So surrendering, allowing the answers to come through you, not needing to be right, not needing to butt heads, not needing to win, but feeling really good. I'm hearing a friend of mine years ago would say, I'm happy when you're happy. Hey, Karen, if you ever watch this. But it's like that, masculines. You can be happy when others are happy, but you matter too. So it's really this new way of approaching with synergy. What can we see for the feminines? Oh, this is beautiful. The feminines also have the Nine of Cups. So this is a very tandem. Like there's a lot of similar cards here from 6 different decks. We're getting similar cards for each counterpart. So this is staying focused on love, feminines. This is, seeing like a slow motion obstacle course and a car going through it, and there's things coming from all directions, and the car is just like finding that way through. So with that presence, the path will be illuminated. You don't have to know many steps ahead, feminines. It will emerge. Just stay in tune with your heart. That's what you need to be competent in, listening to your heart, listening to what feels well with your soul, what feels balanced. let the details take care of themselves moment to moment, because if you know what the balance feels like, you're just always deciding to follow that balance. It makes easy work of any decisions that you're facing in the moment. You don't need to know far ahead. What can we see for the sacral chakra? Regret. I know I cannot change the past, and these devil energies, the lust, the fiery passion. So both counterparts are wanting something more substantial, physically, sensually, and really letting go of the past. I also posted another quote. When is it? I'm going to see. My mom gave me an art book. I'm going to find it because it's pretty. It will just take 1 second. There's a lot of quotes in here. Let's see if we get it. Just a sec. Pause it and get some water. Have you had some water today? Okay, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you're at and change the ending. C.S. Lewis. My mama's drawings. So yeah, you cannot change the past, the beginning, but you can change now and change the ending. What can we see for masculines in that regard on the sacral chakra? The Hierophant and the Four of Pentacles. So there's a heart opening, and it's divinely guided. It's higher guidance right now. This is where the sacred is continuing to come into the sensual connection. So the masculines had so much attraction for you feminines. So for those who you have been intimate, or you feel just this insatiable pull, there's a deepening here and more trust and safety opening up so that these connections can truly be spiritual. So they can be protected. They are protected. They've been divinely protected and guided all along. That's why sometimes that rejection is divine protection, when there's been friend zone or taking a step back or navigating things in certain ways. So masculines' hearts are being open to more than just the sexual. What can we see for the feminines? Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, once this comes into the 3D fully, it goes from 0 to hero, because all this groundwork has been laid behind. It's 1, 2, skip a few, 3 Pentacles to 10. It's all this energetic purification, alignment, righteousness, evolution, maturation has been happening behind the scenes. And so when it does come into the 3D, it's going to be a build-a-life. It's already been constructed. It's already been designed. It's just going to come into the physical. It's going to be the kind of thing that friends and family, or, you know, people say, wow, you just started dating last week and you've already gotten married? Are you sure? You were supposed to do that? Well, little do they know how much has gone into this behind the scenes. Okay, so, you know, the Hierophant can be a marriage card. Ten of Pentacles is that long-term commitment. Regrets about things being cheapened or not done justice in the past. It feels like this, what is that saying? Why buy the farm when you can have the milk for free? It's the opposite of that. It's like literally the only thing that could do this justice is, you know, possibly marriage. Dare I say, this could be that the masculines are getting that divine intel that no more casual involvement, no more. I'm getting for some of them, they don't even want to be engaged. They just want to go straight to your mind, having these connections. When you know, you know. Oh, so don't feel pressured, masculines and feminines. You get to decide if that actually feels right to you or not. But isn't that something? It feels like the energy here on the sacral that when we've met our match, it really does make sense. So we're eliminating fear also with the devil in the inverse. This fear is being released. if anything, these connections have held back more so than any other karmic connection has. There's been a deep caution to not screw these ones up. So in many ways, it's kind of counterintuitive, because we're being asked to really put down our guard and know if this is our aligned ones, we don't have to have fear, and we can go all in. When the fear is gone, that's when we know it's time. So we are removing these devil energies, the illusions that cause us to feel hesitant. And there is this calibration on the sacral chakra that's bringing in the spiritual connection here. What can we see on the root chakra? Oh, the Fool, the leap of faith, the new beginning, and self-esteem. I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others, right? So these are not mere mortal relationships. These are eternal love. They are sacred. They are divine. They are aligned. And it's about the soul value. It's not just animal attraction here. This is deep, life-changing, soul level connection that's helping to change the world and calibrate the world towards love. What can we see for the masculines? Yeah, the passion is deepening. They're really, this is reminding me of so many times I've channeled the masculines can't come forward. They can't look you in the eyes, feminines, until they can look themselves in the mirror. And with this shiny sword here, it's like they're really looking at things and they're themselves in deep, honest ways right now. And I'm hearing you're the only one for them, feminines. They would be pretending, they would be lying if they said you weren't. They've looked at it from every angle to be sure, and you are. How are the feminines? Oh, the Empress and the Seven of Wands. Hello, everybody. Did you see that? That was the same cards we began this with. You know it's aligned when that happens. It comes full circle. So, yeah, you've arrived here, feminines. You are this. Be brave, everybody. So masculines, this is your Empress. Be brave. Feminines, you are their Empress. Be brave. And this is the abundance. Through these journeys, we are aligning with our abundance. And when we do that, we align with our counterpart. Okay, everybody, many blessings. Bye for now.